what weak police system is this, that the only time they can showcase their prowess in the line of fire is while firing at innocent protesters who are only armed with roses and water bottles? What weak men are these that we are giving guns, that the only time they can prove their competence is when they're shooting at innocent protesters? What weak men are these that for them to only prove whatever their source of power is while shooting a child in the leg? What weak men are these that for them to show their power, what they have to do is shoot a marked journalist? What weak men are these that they have to shoot innocent protesters in the head? What weak men are these that they cannot even show their faces?
Very important questions right there by Casmuel after yesterday's protest. And yesterday we saw a lot of police brutality. A lot of people were injured. Some were shot. We saw tear gas being thrown in schools, children crying, and all in all, it wasn't a good scene. Ironically, earlier that day, this is the statement that the police released. The National Police Service notes that there are planned demonstrations today, Tuesday, July 16th, 2024, organized by young Kenyans, also known as Gen Z, to exercise their fundamental right to peacefully assemble, picket, and demonstrate under Article 37 of our Constitution. In the recent past, however, we have regrettably witnessed the tragic loss of lives, injuries, violence, criminal conduct, and the destruction of property from similar protests, resulting in the collective pain and suffering for families and the disruption of businesses and normal working operations for thousands of Kenyans. This morning, we received credible intelligence indicating that certain organized criminal groups have planned to infiltrate, disrupt, and destabilize the peaceful nature of the demonstrations, which could potentially jeopardize the safety of demonstrators. To reiterate, our mission as the National Police Service is to uphold the rule of law, service and protect, maintain law and order, and ensure that every Kenyan enjoys their constitutional rights. Now, I'm saying ironically because this was the statement they released in the morning. However, the events of the day proved their statement to be false because they did not uphold their mission as the National Police Service. We got to see some officers even entering the church and shooting live bullets at people in the church. And so the question is, what exactly was the need of releasing such a statement if they weren't going to stick by it? Unless, of course, it was another way of intimidating civilians or protesters who were planning to protest countrywide. There is also a photo that was making rounds on X where the police were visibly seen interacting with goons. They always say that a picture is 1,000 words, and looking at this photo, it is definitely more than 1,000 words because we can see a lot, and even though we don't have any words on this photo, there's a lot that can be taken from it. Looking at this photo, we can visibly see goons with their rungus right there, and you would expect that the police would apprehend them or, probably waingize hapo kwa mariamu yao, but we can see nothing is happening and they seem to be interacting peacefully. Now let's compare that photo with this video right here. This young man who has just been arrested by a police officer, as we can see in this video, is only holding our beautiful Kenyan flag. So I'm here asking you as the viewer, who deserved to be arrested? The people holding the rungus, probably with the intention of hurting innocent civilians, or this young gentleman who's just holding our beautiful flag? A netizen questioned on X, why should we be more afraid of the police than criminals? Aren't the police the criminals? Then this is something that we have to deal with as a country before we can really move forward. And I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, so please engage with me in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all the police brutality that has been going on in the country, and also keep it here on BNN, where we keep you updated on all that is going on in the country.